Hi, we're continuing with Around the World in San Francisco. We left off at Greek. It's all the cultures going in alphabetical order. So we are here now. There are 8,300 Greek Americans of the first and second generations in San Francisco and Oakland. Many of these Greek Americans come from outside of the boundaries of the kingdom of the Hellenes. Hellenes being the Greek world. That means they come from other countries, like other countries from Europe, Asia, etc. Membership in the Greek church, the Greek tongue, keeps them within the Greek community, although they may come from Turkey, Egypt, or the British colony of Cyprus. The junction of 3rd and Folsom Streets is the heart of the old Greek colony. Here the men gather nightly in the coffee houses to drink the sweet, thick Turkish coffee and play intricate card games. But few Greeks live in the neighborhood now. The families are scattered throughout the Mission District. Richmond and Potrero and the bachelors live in downtown hotels centered in Turk, Eddy, and Taylor Streets. Greek Americans are merchants, traders, importers, restaurant workers, and proprietors, furriers, nightclub entrepreneurs. All Greeks are at least nominal members of the Greek Orthodox Church. On Good Friday evening, the Congregational of Holy Trinity Church parades through the streets around the church, carrying lighted candles, following the Epiphania, or a coffin in memory of the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. So on Good Friday. In memory, March 25th is a double holiday, for on that day is observed the feast of the Annunciation of the Virgin and Greek Independence Day. Churches: San Francisco, Hellenic Orthodox Church, Diocese of North America, Annunciation, 245 Valencia Street, Holy Trinity, 3457 7th Street. Greek Orthodox Church, Autocephalous Diocese, St. George, 1211 Guerrero Street. In Alameda County, Hellenic Orthodox, St. George, Brush and 10th Streets. Organization: Pan-Laconian Society, Leonidas, 1625 Market Street. American Hellenic Educational and Progressive Association, HEPA, 26 7th Street. Greek American Protective Association, or GAPA, 2668 Mission Street. Hellenic Post-American Legion, Veterans Building, Civic Center, Van Ness and McAllister. Hellenic American Veterans Club, 161 Eddy Street. Acadian Society, Colocotrones, 44 Page Street. Greek Youth Club, 3009 16th Street. League of Cretans, 44 Page Street. And Navarino Messenian Society, 44 Page Street. Acadian Society, 3009 16th Street. And Asenes of Cosmon, 719 14th Street. So when I was born in USSR, I was actually baptized in the Greek Orthodox Church. I was born in November 1st, 1979. So there are more. So we're okay, and then more organizations: Alameda County Hellenic Benevolent Society, 916 Bush Street in Oakland, and Korean Club, 457 8th Street in Oakland. AHIPA, 1433 Madison Street in Oakland. Publication: New California Weekly Independent, 1625 Market Street. Bookshops: Hellenic American Gift Shop, 2379 Mission Street. A. Montanus, 286 4th Street. And restaurant: Venus Club, 303 3rd Street. Minerva Cafe, 809 Turk Street. So yeah, it's probably because my dad's side is from the Turkish background, so that was the religion. The coffee house is an institution in every Greek community. They are the clubhouses and libraries for the gregarious Greeks. Only coffee, soft drinks, and pastry are served. Byzantine, 792 Folsom Street. Panhellenic, 708 Folsom Street. Synantises, 335 3rd Street. Hellas, 260 3rd Street. Athens, 457 8th Street in Oakland. The next, continuing with the cultures, Guatemalans under Latin America. Then we have a gypsy. Any attempt to count the number of gypsies in any place is a folly. They are the most elusive of peoples. The task is even more complicated because many wandering peddlers of Arab, Turkish, and Bulgarian nationality often pass themselves off as gypsies, and gypsies frequently insist they are not gypsies but Mexican or Indian. Thus, it is impossible to even estimate the number of gypsies in the Bay region. The Gypsy National Association of New York estimates 15,000 in the U.S. Of these, 5,000 are settled gypsies, descendants of English gypsies who came over 100 years ago, and French gypsies banished to Louisiana by Napoleon. These gypsies live permanently in houses, some of them in expensive modern ones. English gypsies work around horses, stable boys, jockeys, trainers, following the circus, carnival shows as barkers, hostlers, and mechanics. French gypsies are fishermen and trappers. The remainder of the gypsies are nomads, wandering the length and breadth of the country, north in summer, south in winter, often crossing boundaries into Canada and Mexico. Most of them came originally from the Balkans, but this group also includes several hundred Irish gypsies, horse and mule traders who travel through Georgia and Florida. It is the Balkan nomads that are the most unreserved individualists, the ones whose women attire themselves in gay skirts and barbaric jewelry and create flashes of color on the drab slum streets of American cities. These are the fortune tellers who predict the future by the lines of the hand, a turn of a card. These are the mysterious Romanes of fiction, and much of this mystery is genuine. Nomads have no religion, no history, but live by an archaic folklore and superstitions. I don't know how accurate this is. I mean, they must have some kind of history, since their history consists of this is what we're talking about, their history. So I mean, like their travels and etc. their work, their trading, that's all part of their history. So, like, you can't say a people doesn't have a history, you know. Makes no sense. Organized on the clan principle. The women are the dominant personalities and actually rule the tribe. So they have a clan principle. So they're a little bit different as far as the way they're organized. Female virtue is fiercely guarded, and weddings are occasions for dramatizing the change from maidenhood to matron, and the plays acted over several days. Death is waked with wailing and the burning of all the possessions of the deceased. Nomads no longer trade in horses, but in automobiles. The young men make excellent mechanics. Several thousands of these nomads travel up and down the roads of the west coast, keeping to the small towns and following the migratory workers, and rarely entering the large cities. Several of them, however, have gathered in Oakland on the edge of the downtown section. They occupy empty stores, filling them with their blankets, pillows, gaudy lithographs, and numerous children. But there are gypsy colonies only in winter. With the first warm breeze of spring, they are off again on the highway. About 1/2 of them have found their way to San Francisco and have set up their fortune-telling parlors in low-income neighborhoods. Nomad gypsies gather yearly in a great get-together, a combination of a lawmaking session, a reunion, and marriage market. An empty lot in Richmond was their meeting place for years, but the war boom and construction destroyed that. Lately, a field near Redwood City is the chosen place, and the latest gathering was held there. But it is too near the highway, and the curious it's too near the curious people. So a decision had been made to hold further meetings in a valley deep in Santa Clara County. 50 settled gypsies now live about the Bay region. English and Welsh gypsies who follow carnivals, work as mechanics and truck drivers. Some are members of the 3 great English gypsy clans: the Smiths, Boswells, and Stanleys. Settled gypsies joined the prevailing religion of the country from which they came. English and Welsh are Protestants of the Pentecostal and Messianic sects. French and Irish are Roman Catholics. Gypsies do not come originally from Egypt, as is popularly believed. That name was given them by the English, who were puzzled by their dark skin and burning eyes. They originated in India and are supposed to be of the lowest Sudra caste. They have lived in Europe, however, since the Middle Ages. The gypsy speech is akin to Sanskrit, but little of the language is left. Gypsies adopt the language of the country in which they live, and through the centuries, the original speech has become corrupted and mixed with foreign phrases. The nomads know more of the words than do other gypsies. The cant and gibberish of the carnival man is based on gypsy words, but all gypsies know some words which have an esoteric meaning and are used by them to confuse the Gentile and to identify themselves to other gypsies. It is purely a folk speech. It has no literature, no dictionary, and is rarely ever written. Written like in dictionaries and literature. Okay. I think we're going to pause here. That's fine. So I'll see you guys next part. My page is facebook.com, Yosalplay, YOSALLPLAY.